Mirror, mirror on the wall, what have I prayed to the comic gods most of all? I'll tell you what I prayed to them most of all. A new age of Marvel and DC crossovers. Yeah. Hi guys. You can see the smile on my face now because now getting more information for more reliable sources. That means this smile is not leaving my face anytime soon in this video. Guys, we are getting Marvel and DC, two of the biggest comic companies in the country, or you could even say in the world. We're getting Marvel and DC coming together again for crossovers. 2 one-shots that are coming out this year. It was announced, I believe, at a latest event. I'm forgetting the name of the event off the top of my head, but this right here marks a decade or so, or long ago, since the last Marvel and DC crossover. And I actually have that in my collection. You know when the last time Marvel and DC did a crossover, worked together? That was during the JLA Avengers crossover. You know when that happened? Back in 2003/2004, which had Kurt Busiek and the late great George Perez doing the artwork. That was it, and that was the last. And what happened after that? We got nothing. We fans got nothing. And why? Why, oh why? I'll tell you why. Because a lot of it came down to 2 men that was in the respected companies that were playing measuring contests with each other, a dill measuring contest with each other. Joe Quesada and Dan Dildo, as he said it perfectly, I was the man that stopped many crossovers. He's even acknowledged it on certain podcasts. I've heard him say it. What a moron. But now we're getting them. Why? Because there are two new editor-in-chiefs for both companies. On the DC side, we have Maria Javin, and on Marvel, we have CB Chbosky. I hope I'm saying his last name. I always butcher his last name. But we're getting them. So we're getting 2 one-shot crossover. One will be done Marvel DC, the other one will be DC Marvel. And no real time date of when, but we do know it's coming out this year. And I believe it comes out maybe in the summertime or so. But bottom line, guys, this makes me happy. Because up until all the crossovers we've seen, whether it's DC doing stuff with IDW or IDW doing stuff with DC or Dark Horse doing stuff with IDW, and so many different comic companies working with each other, but it was always Marvel always kept to themselves, and while DC was still doing it. So what changed? Why now? That's the question. Because if they want to look at it from a business point of view, this is big business. That's going to make big business. Whatever they come up with, this makes me happy. Man, I'm just glad to be around that I'm going to be able to see it. Hopefully. So praise the comic gods. Praise. Because it's happening. The biggest thing is we have no news on who are going to be involved. And if I'm Marvel and DC, I've heard a lot of friends say it already, giving their thoughts. You bring out the big guns. You bring out those names that everybody knows about. You bring out those names that brings smile and joy to people's faces whenever a new title comes out with them. And I'm not just talking writer side. I'm talking artist side too, because a good writer is good. But when you have a good writer and a good artist together, you got magic. And I'm sure there are plenty of Marvel and DC writers, or both, and artists that want to draw whatever is to come. That's a fact. And we also know, you know damn well, the big heavy hitters from both companies are not being left out of this. But that being said, I wonder what these one-shots are, you know? And for someone who's pretty much collected all of the Marvel DC crossovers that have come out since 1976, and that was the Superman Spider-Man, I'm looking forward to it. You know what? I had to search because I knew I was missing some of these crossovers. And the latest I picked up, I actually bought it off of, I actually found it on eBay. And a gentleman was selling it down in Tennessee. I just recently picked up the Daredevil Batman crossover. This is the first one. There's another one that came out. So yeah. My mind is flipping out and wondering what they could do. Could we see a third Batman and Daredevil crossover? I mean, Daredevil is about to drop his new show. It would be good marketing in a sense. Feed off of that. Superman, it'd be great to go back to doing maybe a Superman and Spider-Man crossover, where pretty much it's reminiscing of what happened. Not only just honoring those that worked on it, but that was the crossover that started it all. So, yeah, that'd be great. That'd be great. I mean, what else can we see? You know, I'm sure most people would love to see another Justice League Avengers crossover. That'd be great. Maybe even go further out there. Like, just scratching my head if they did another Spider-Man and Batman 3. That'd be the third one, where it's the entire Bat family and the Spider family working together. So that means not just Peter and Bruce, but Peter, Bruce, Miles, Dick, Gwen, Damian, and all those people like that. It'd be great. But I'm getting a little ahead of myself, guys. But I really at first was not believing it. I said to myself, I'm like, this is not real. This is a joke. Because I'm like, if this was real, this would be blowing up everywhere over the internet. And I was just like, I need to hear it from a real, reliable source. A source, a comic site that I rely on, that actually I'm believed in them. I'm not too fond of certain websites, and so I waited, and I waited, and then so I believe it now. Marvel and DC coming together. The comic gods have praised us. Thank you to everybody on both ends to putting aside whatever differences y'all have, or whatever, like I said, playing deal measuring with each other. Maybe it just had to take the right people, and it seemed like that's what it was. It took the right people to work this out, because I believe the editor-in-chief of DC now, she worked for Marvel, so it kind of helped. But aren't you excited? Aren't you happy? we can think and think and think about what's to come. And hopefully this is the start of something beautiful, because at the end of the day, they can look at this as just a business ploy, but this business ploy can work for a long time, because we as the consumers will get down on it. What say you? Are you excited? Yay? Or you're not? Nay. If you are nay, I don't play. And why am I rhyming? But you guys take care. I'll see you guys next time. I'd love to hear your comments. Y'all take care.